Hi, and welcome back to my own Utopia. I'm Kayleena. Today is episode 2. We are in November, and I am doing this on the 12th. So, y'all will be probably seeing this, I'm not exactly sure, probably Saturday. And for those of you that do not know, I am Kayleena. I am trying to do a podcast about my yarn and anything dealing with yarn activities. I knit, but at the particular moment I don't knit. I might start it back up about after Christmas. And right now I'm doing a lot of crochet. I am just really, really into crocheting. For old subscribers or subscribers, instead, if you don't like the word old, welcome back. And I actually have some goodies here to show you guys, and I have some ideas here. I thought that I wasn't going to be able to do a video outside. It kept talking about with the tropical storm coming up, we were going to have severe thunderstorms and flash flooding and everything else like that. I even brought my plants in, had the whole porch cleaned off and ready to go so none of my plants will get destroyed, and we've barely gotten any rain at all, surprisingly. I mean, I hope I don't jinx myself, and my heart really does go out for those that are in the path of this. I don't even know what you call this one. We've had so many this year. It's really heartbreaking how they're actually destroying everyone's lives. And then here to add the COVID right on top of it, 2020 just sucks. Let's just say that. Let's just hope 2021 is a lot better than it. I'm not even going to go into the election either. I'm done. So let's start bringing in some happy stuff. So I went Christmas shopping. Oh, and for those of you that does not know, I have I just saw a squirrel run. Squirrels are fighting behind me. For those of you that do not know, I am looking down constantly because I have my boys I'm constantly taking care of and watching. I have 3 of them. My oldest one is 7, my middle is 4, and then my youngest is 1. So why don't we do a little bit of an update on them? I know y'all are curious. I haven't done a video on them, and I probably won't. I'm just going to probably add it into this one. Here, the last time y'all saw me, Keegan, my youngest, was constantly getting sick. We couldn't figure out what was going on. We even did a big family COVID test to find out what the tickens. Thankfully, everybody came back negative. Let's just say Keegan ended up having a really bad day. My husband came home, rushed him to the doctor, and he has a double ear infection. And he wouldn't open up his mouth, so they didn't know if it was mixed with sinus or what. So he's on antibiotics. He's starting to become back to being the old Keegan, and we are so grateful for that. So this is his second time after having a major cold with a double ear infection. We might need to, every single time, take him up there for about every 2 weeks until he's past it. And then we know for a fact if it has turned into ear infection or not. People are saying that he might actually end up with, or the doctor might suggest him having tubes put in. I don't know. If it does happen, I'll let you guys know. I'll make sure I update you guys. He sees the doctor, I think it's next week, or is it the week after? I'm not exactly sure. I'll let y'all know. So other than that, everyone's doing great. Therapy's doing great. And everything else like that. So like I was saying, I went Christmas shopping. When we were having the big Black Friday at Walmart and stuff like that, I went like early. Didn't take my boys because of out of safety. And I got a whole lot of toys. There was a lot of people actually doing the Black Friday shopping or came across the deals, and they're sitting there and they're snatching everything up. So I couldn't get everything I was wanting to get. But dealing with the yarn, I actually came across something. I am very frugal. Very, very frugal. And I like to make absolutely sure my money is going to the right places. I don't like to spend too much just because, ooh, I like that. I try to figure out a way to save my money or figure out another way of still getting what I want without forking out the amount that I have to. Another way of saying. I thought I grabbed. I must have laid them down. Uh-oh. Oh well. So if you go over to the section where the Christmas bags are at and the wrapping paper and the decorations and all that over at Walmart, you will come across these cute little bags. This was the first set. I'll put the measurements down below because I swear I thought I brought them out, but I guess I didn't. Oh well. But it came a set with 3. This was 1. And this is a little bitty bag, but I don't care. I can sit there and I can put my scissors in here, or if I'm wanting, I don't know, I'll figure out something that I can put in here, my stitch markers, and then I can throw it in there. So that was 1. And I chose this one because I can still use this after Christmas. So, and I think these were only like $4, $5. Don't quote me that. Don't quote me on that. I'll put it down below. And here's the second one that went with it. So I'm not thinking about just Christmas. I'm also thinking about after Christmas. So there is a project in here. I will show you that in a minute. And then I went up and I got the bigger size. And there's nothing on the back. They are drawstring. See, my speech is messing with me. They are drawstring. So I got that one. And then this came in a pack of 2. So it came with the red one. And it came with this one as well. So I'm like, if after Christmas I can sit there and I can still use the red one, I'll just have to use it at home. But who cares? Until next Christmas, and I'll use it again. So I don't know how they're going to last or hold up, but who cares? They were only a few dollars, and it's making me happy at the particular moment. And they'll also give me a good point of view for next year. So if I come across them again, I know that I can, how I would feel about purchasing them again, or if I won't. So I came across that. And then the same thing of being frugal is I wanted stitch markers for Christmas and for like Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. I really do. I love holidays. Or those 3 particular. And no offense for the Etsy sellers or anyone else that sits there and makes them and sell them. I mean, all hands down, I praise y'all. If I had the money, really, I would actually buy them from y'all, but I don't. Right now, at this time of need, for y'all to understand. So, I was like, you know what? My thought went to, how about I just make some for myself? Let's see, how difficult is it to actually make them? And I can actually choose and pick from my own. So, I sent my husband. My poor husband. My poor husband. Constantly sending him. So, I found these. They're technically earrings. And, are you going to focus? Here, let's try this. This was at Michael's. I found this and they were earrings. And what I did was I just bought one of these little hooks. They're lobster claws. I think they're lobster claws. If I'm incorrect, I will put down the name below. I do apologize. I bought them. And I just basically, I bought the little hooks the little rings that are on top. Let's see if it will. A little clasp. No, it's not going to focus. Oh, there it goes. That little ring that connects between those 2. I bought those. And I basically took pliers and needle nose pliers, held on to one, took another pair, and I just clipped them on. So I was like, okay, those are my Halloween, because I love owls. So then my husband came across these, and I really love Native American because of my mom and everything else like that. So I was like, you know what, this I can actually use for a little bit of Thanksgiving, and I can use after the holidays and everything else like that. So I came across these. Let's do it this way. I'll show you this, and then I'll show you the idea that I came up with for Christmas. That was one. This all came together. And this was all at Michael's. So I'm not taking beads and trying to be creative. I just wanted something very quick and I can go ahead and use. Eventually, after the holidays, I might become creative and start doing the beads and mixing and matching and all that. But not at the particular moment. So I came across those and I was like, yeah. And here my mom used to make dream catchers, and she would make the dream catchers, make the keychains and all the Native American stuff that she personally could. And she would take them up to the flea market, and we would spend our Saturday and our Sunday every single weekend selling our Native American stuff. And that's actually how we got a lot of our extra money, was by doing that. That was her business. And I remember I would have so much fun exploring and talking and just, oh, the good old days. Yeah. So I have a couple of these are already on this project. I will show you all that in just a minute. Now, at the moment, I could not find any charms or anything else like that dealing with Native American, dealing with Christmas. So my husband was like, well, you know what? How about we go over to the, was it miniature tree for children? The little ornaments that you would put onto the little mini trees and see what they got. I was like, oh, wonderful idea. So he went over there and he came across the gingerbread. And I was like, oh, I love gingerbread. Just the whole thought, the taste, the texture, just every aspect of it. Making it, I've yet to come across a recipe I absolutely adore and that my boys can have, because remember, they are allergic to soy and dairy, so I have to be very careful with that. So, you know what? Let's switch hands. It was doing better this way than it was the other way. So, let's turn him around. I did him. It's a little crooked. So this is a little idea if y'all are wanting to make your own or something. These are extremely lightweight. They are so stinking cute. And then I have these I have yet to do. I'm going to be doing very shortly. But it came with all of this. I mean, it was just, it's all from Michael's. I know I'm smushing his little head. I'm sorry. But like I said, it's extremely simple. You just take the little hook, you hook it through. Oh, that had a little bow on her. Well, here we go. And you just get the little claw and you put the little claw on, or whatever you're wanting to choose. I chose the claw because with my arthritis and everything else like that, I thought this would make it a lot simpler. And I made a good decision on that one. So I will not go towards those little ones that just sit there and you have to finagle and fuss and fight and everything else like that. So now, got that. Well, like I said, these were the earrings for the owl. I didn't pay $7.99. I think it was like 40% off because it was holiday. So I got even cheaper. Now, with my projects, while I am doing this real quick and putting all this up so I do not lose it, I had to stop working on my shawl. And the reason why is because my cousin, she's having a baby. I'm so excited. She's going to have the wee one after Christmas, so in the beginning of the year. She's having a boy. And I was trying everything I could to get this blanket taken care of. And I was just... oh, it ended up being a major migraine. So I'm going to finish it. It's just, I can't... with the type of blanket it is, I cannot explain what it is because I don't know if she watches it or who watches this and might tell her. A lot of my family does. But the way that it is I can create the pieces without a problem. But placing the pieces together and sewing them together are a headache. So I put it down, I left it alone. It was becoming too much for me in my sanity. So I came across this pattern. And do be fair warned, I cannot think of the name of the pattern. I will put it down below. Who wrote it, what's the name of it, and a link to it. It is a free pattern. Oh my God. I was like, you know what? I have never read an actual pattern before. A crocheted pattern. Knitted pattern I can read without a doubt, without a problem or anything. Like, I have severe dyslexia. And let's just say, if you can read a knitted pattern and have that as a regular read situation, I was like, it's hard to explain, but if it was like that, I wouldn't have dyslexia. But I can read it without a problem. I can sit there and take any pattern, no matter how complex or easy, and I can read it and I can do it like that. So I was like, okay. I tried doing a crochet and it just was not clicking in my brain. I was like, whatever. And I was like, I'll just try this one, and I'll try sitting down and actually going through the process of reading it and going through it very slowly. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll just find a video and I'll just go ahead and make it myself through the video. And so this is my first time actually being able to do a crochet pattern, reading it and creating it. Oh my God, I love this pattern. The woman that actually created this and wrote it did such a beautiful job explaining every detail, any aspects of it. It was not confusing. Yeah, I got to a couple of points where I was like, I wasn't quite sure, but yet being a first timer, it makes sense. I should have brought my water out. It makes sense that I got a wee bit confused, but it didn't take me long to try to understand exactly what needed to be done and what was the next step and how to... She explained it so beautifully. I love the way she did it. So I will link this down below. I am almost done with this thing. The yarn, on the other hand, I hate this yarn. Here, I thought I had it with me. I'll go inside and I'll go get it before I start talking to you guys about this yarn, but oh, I hate this yarn. I will not buy this yarn again after this. Never again. I'll use this up and then I'm giving it away. Whatever is left, I'm I despise it that much. Now, it was in that little crochet bag. You can tell I got a little Christmas gingerbread. So it's a little outfit. It's little baubles. And I'm doing the leg. I'm almost done. And then at the very bottom, I will finish it off with blue trim. And then I'll do the long sleeves. And then at the very end, I'll do the blue trim as well. And I might do a little bow. I'm not sure if I'll weave it in or not, but it's buttons all the way down. And I don't think there's no buttons for his little legs. You just pull his little legs. You open it up, and his little legs get pulled out. So it said it's 0 to 3. To me, honestly, my children were 20 inches long, ranging between, my middle was 9 pounds 1 ounce. Yeah, no, still in newborn clothes. So, and then so it went from as low as like 7 pounds 10 ounces to 9 pounds 1 ounce, and all of them were newborn. To me, this looks like I could have actually put this on them. It might be a wee bit big, so it might be about a big newborn to 0 to 3. So I'm almost done. I'm about to give it to her. Here it goes. And then they're little puff stitches. Aren't they bloody cute? So I'm about to finish that. And this is the reason why I stopped doing the shawl, was because I wanted to get this done as quickly as possible to give it to her for the baby shower. Baby shower was last weekend, so it's taking me a wee bit longer, and I had to go buy some more yarn. I only have this much left. So I had to go buy some more yarn, and I will be finishing this and giving this to her with all the rest of my other stuff. Ooh, my voice is going. Now, give me 1 second. Let me go get the other ball of yarn so I can show y'all the name of it, and I'll give you the review of what I think of that. I had to get something to drink. Sorry about that. Here, kidney stones are tushy-wishies. So I got a few of those. Doctor put me on some antibiotic, thinking that I might be at the beginning stages of a infection, and medication to help push out as much as possible, just in case there's multiple kidney stones, and it feels like there's multiple. Woohoo. You know? So I went to, like I said, I went to Michael's. I asked my husband to pick up some yarn. The only baby yarn he came across was this that I liked, that had the blue and everything else like that. And I was like, okay. Now, this one is very, very, very soft. And there is a halo. Oh, yeah, you can see it. There is a halo. And big time halo. It could be from the dye. Woo, losing the word. It could be from the dye, but it is so soft. But it's not squishy. I mean, it's something just don't seem right. And I was like, okay. I told my husband, I was like, go ahead and get it. I touched the white one, and the white one is very rough. Like, I don't like it. I want to go ahead and finish it up, and don't want to touch it ever again. It is that rough. I mean, it's not as rough as Red Heart, but it's pretty bloody close. Like, Red Heart, I can't stand. I will not use it. I will not buy it. I will not, with my sensory issues, my autism, I have sensory issues with my hands and my body. If I can't handle it, I can't touch it. If I can't, nope, no. So, and it's the same thing with my boys. Before I buy a yarn or something else like that, or before I use it, even with something that will be over their clothes, I let them run around with it for a few hours. If they can still handle it and still be able to touch it by the end of those few hours, then I know that they can handle it and I can make it for them. Especially my middle. If he can't, he will have a meltdown and a freak out, and it's not pretty, and I don't think it's right. I mean, I can imagine it hurts him. He actually tells me it hurts. So I have to even cut off tags and stuff like that, how sensitive that poor boy is. So I do things like that. But yeah, I'll never buy this again. One, because of how rough it is. Two, it splits every single time, no matter if I'm doing a single crochet, a double crochet, one of the puffs stitches, even when I'm sitting there and I'm doing a normal chain and I'm just trying to chain, it does it. And I mean, I use a regular hook and it's doing it. I even sat there and I don't have it out here with me, of course. I even sent my husband to go get one of the ones that this is from Hobby Lobby with a little pointed top. And I was like, please go there and go get me a, what is it? It calls for a 4.5 for the body, 4.5 millimeter, and then a 4 millimeter for the top end. I was like, just get me one of each if it goes down that low. Hobby Lobby's does not do that. And I'm like, okay. I love this thing. I'm about to have to buy a new one because of how much I use it. This has got to be my 5.5. Nail marks all up and down it because of how much I use this thing. And I was like, okay, whatever. What do they have that has it in the size and has the pointed top? And he brought home the wooden one. Okay, it's gonna drag. And it does. And even when we was sitting there and doing it with that, it caught almost every single time equally as bad as one of these. And I'm like, what in the tarnation? And I'm like, it's got to be the yarn. That is the only thing. This doesn't do it with anything else. This doesn't do it with any other of the yarns I've used before. I mean, I know I'm a new crocheter and I know I'm a big old newbie, but I mean, just that's a huge deal breaker, not including the fact of I can't deal with touching it. But include that, yeah. I'm even going to be buying some fabric softener, all of that, and trying everything I can to soften it up as much as I can before I give it to her. So, yeah, let's just say that. I did the wooden one. It didn't work, but I do use it to be able to go through the, at the end of the stitch, when I have to go in between and everything. So it does make it easier because I have the point and I can go through it a lot easier, and it doesn't split nearly as bad than trying to shove something that is round and barely anything and really fat. In my opinion, I think that's stupid, but some people don't have problems. I do. So I will never buy this again. And I don't know how the blue works up. I've never used it. This one is the pale blue. This is the white. Trying to make sure they're okay. Let's see, what's the specs on here? Y'all might be able to handle it. I can't. 5 ounces, 140 grams, 362 yards. 331 meters, 100% acrylic. It's a lightweight 3. I do agree. You can throw it into the wash machine. You can throw it into the dryer. Let's see. It tells you to use knitting needle of 4 millimeter US 6, and for a crochet hook, you can do a 4 millimeter or a US G/6. All depends upon the manufacturer, what letter they're going to put onto it, but I go off a millimeter because it never changes, no matter if it's in the UK, US, or Canada or where. It's always the same. It goes off of the diameter around the shaft itself. So I prefer to go off of that. Just FYI for those of you that do not know. That's what helps me. So yeah, after I get done with this, I'm not going to use it again. But the pattern itself is, I cannot speak more highly on it. I love it that much. So let's see, other than, oh, and I brought these out for that wants to know the sizes. This was the 2 bags, so that was the big one. And for the 3 bag, there we go. So other than that, after this project, I'll be going right back to my shawl, and I'll be going back to my Christmas work and stuff like that. And then, oh no, I'll be going into my turkey, because I want my turkey taken care of before Thanksgiving. So I'll be doing my turkey, so y'all be probably seeing that. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and then bell for the notification. That will tell y'all whenever I'm going to be putting up a new video. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. And if y'all are still here and it's all the way at the very end, wow, thanks. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Why don't y'all put down what are y'all doing this Thanksgiving? With the COVID happening and everything else like that, are y'all gathering together with family and friends? Or are y'all doing a small gathering together? Or are you doing individual, where you sit there and you go from little meetings, but you stay separate and out in the open? Please, I am very curious of what all you guys are doing. I'll be very happy to sit down and actually do a Q&A if y'all wish, and tell you guys what's happening. If I can't come up with a Q&A, I might just, I don't know, sit down, have an awesome chat with you guys, and just tell y'all what's happening anyways. So until next time, I hope y'all stay safe. Please stay safe, and happy Thanksgiving. Bye, you guys.